After an illustrious career, Marc Gasol's time as an NBA player is coming to an end, it seems like. So, with what he's achieved as a player, is Marc Gasol a potential Hall of Famer? Let's get into it. Welcome to Amateur Sports, where we are on our way to 600 subscribers on the channel. So if it is your first time here with me today, you like what you see, you want NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the movement. But on to today's topic, Marc Gasol. I talked about him last week, about his time as a Raptor and how important that trade was to the Toronto Raptors winning that NBA championship. And now I'm talking about his potential candidacy as a Hall of Famer in the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I think that, sure, this is a bit of a take that some people may not agree with. I honestly think that Marc Gasol definitely has a case for a Hall of Fame spot. And again, I know many people may not agree with that, but I'm going to attempt to prove his case over the course of this video today. It seems like all the way through his career as a basketball player, Marc Gasol has achieved many accolades, whether that be on a team level or whether that be on a personal level. He's got it all. He has achieved so much all the way through playing from 2004, starting in Europe, all the way down to playing last season with the Toronto Raptors. And only played a year and a half with the Toronto Raptors, but that's where it all capped off with that NBA title. Because over the course of his career, it was fantastic for him when he was playing in Memphis. He got drafted by LA in the second round and got moved to Memphis in a trade that involved his brother. So when he gets to Memphis, he starts growing into this elite defensive big who can also put the ball in the basket. And over the course of his career, he slowly developed that three-point shot. It seemed like as the NBA started trending toward this modern pace and space three-point shooting dynamic, Marc Gasol, it would have seemed like at the start of his career, would never have been able to adapt to that given his size, how slow he is, how he wasn't shooting threes. But the NBA adapted and Marc Gasol adapted with it. In his first 8 seasons in the NBA, he attempted 66 three-pointers. He only attempted 66. In the next season, 2016-2017, he attempted 268 three-pointers, making 38% of those shots. So as the NBA evolved into this state, Marc Gasol allowed himself to evolve into a different player as well. And with this offense, like I said, he also possessed this elite defense. But it all started before the NBA because he was playing in Spain. And in 2004, he won the Spanish Basketball Championship. And in 2008, the year before he moved on to the NBA, he won the Spanish Basketball League MVP. So this is not an NBA Hall of Fame, remember. This is a Basketball Hall of Fame. So already having achieved this at a club level, getting a championship and an MVP in that league is impressive. But then he moves to the NBA, where he starts to conquer that league as well. He has 3 All-Star appearances in his total time in the NBA. And possibly the biggest accolade of all for Marc Gasol is the fact that he won the Defensive Player of the Year in 2013 with the Memphis Grizzlies. And even though he won the Defensive Player of the Year, it's a bit of a funny story. In that year, he was second team all defense in the NBA. For some reason, even though he was the single best defender in the entire NBA, he was not first team all defense. And the story gets even weirder when you realize that the first team all defense in 2013 had 2 centers. Yes, voters had a tie for first place in the center category for first team all defense between Joakim Noah and Tyson Chandler. So not only was Marc Gasol not considered for the first team all defense by most voters, there were 2 other centers voted ahead of him. So the media decided that he is the single best defender in the league, but he is not worthy of first team all defense. And there are 2 people more worthy of that spot than him. But regardless, very talented Marc Gasol gets that Defensive Player of the Year award. And he also managed to get on the first team All-NBA for that season. So still doesn't quite make sense, but lots of accolades from Marc Gasol nonetheless. And then still transitions his NBA career. He slowly evolves into that more outside threat, but still maintains that ability to be a great defender on the interior. He added on another All-NBA second team to his list of accolades. And then as he moves on, the Toronto Raptors eventually acquire his services in exchange for Jonas Valanciunas, DeLon Wright, CJ Miles, and a future second-round pick. They thought that Marc Gasol was a piece they needed at the deadline in order to go out and win that championship. And absolutely 100% the Toronto Raptors were correct in doing that, because even at his age, Marc Gasol was an elite defender throughout the playoffs for the Toronto Raptors, was huge in stopping Nikola Vucevic in the first round, was immense in fathering Joel Embiid in the second round of the playoffs as the Raptors took down the Philadelphia 76ers in 7 games, and was also huge in the conference finals playing against Giannis. Kawhi Leonard's job was to funnel Giannis into a crowded paint where Marc Gasol would meet him and be the defensive stopper. The Raptors, it's a simple fact, the Raptors do not win that championship without Marc Gasol having been acquired mid-season. He was absolutely influential in the Raptors winning a championship. So all these accolades going to Marc Gasol. He's got the first team All-NBA, the second team All-NBA, the second team All-Defense, the Defensive Player of the Year award, the NBA champion, the Spanish League champion, the Spanish League MVP. All of these accolades at the club level, all of these together make his case for Hall of Fame. And then you look at his international level of accolades. He has won 2 World Cups of basketball with Spain, once in 2006, once in 2019. Very impressive, a huge contributor to that Spanish team winning in 2019. Even though Ricky Rubio was the MVP of the finals, Marc Gasol was an immense contributor to that World Cup of basketball team. And again, this is not the NBA Hall of Fame, this is the Basketball Hall of Fame. A lot of medals for Marc Gasol. He has won 2 European basketball championships as well with Spain, and 2 silver medals at the Olympics. So no gold medal there, but still, when you're going up against the USA in the Olympics, you're going to have a bad time when it comes to basketball. So Marc Gasol, all these accolades together, all these elite defensive stats while averaging near 20 points per game for a huge stretch of his career, while developing a 3-point shot as a big, as the NBA developed into this modern style where even the 5-man has to move out and shoot threes. And Marc Gasol did that, shooting the threes at an incredible clip. One of the trailblazers in being this playmaker from the big position as well. His averages over the course of his career are great. 15 points per game, about 7.6 rebounds per game, shooting 48% of the field, well, which could be better for a big, but the fact that he shot so many threes and still shot over 35% from 3, that shows you how good that field goal percentage is. This guy was a scorer. He was an elite interior defender, which is highlighted by that 2013 Defensive Player of the Year award. He was a playmaker from the big position, something that was hugely influential in the Raptors winning that NBA championship last year. He's just got so much going for him. But still, his Hall of Fame probability sits at less than 1%, and I don't understand why. I feel like he definitely has a case to be in the Hall of Fame. And I know there's no way it's just me thinking about this, because the accolades are there. The stats over the course of his career are there. The NBA championship was a huge boost to that Hall of Fame probability. Like, there are other players in the Hall of Fame who have achieved just maybe similar things to Marc Gasol, who are already there. I look at a guy like Jack Sikma, who not so long ago, I think it was 2017, got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. And sure, he's got his own move named after him, but Jack Sikma has 7 All-Star appearances, 1 NBA championship, and 1 All-Defensive selection. So similar accolades to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol's got the 3 All-Star appearances, but the personal accolades go a lot further. They both have that 1 NBA championship, but Marc Gasol has 1 All-NBA defense appearance, just like Jack Sikma. Marc Gasol has 2 All-NBA appearances to Jack Sikma's 0, and also Marc Gasol has that Defensive Player of the Year award. So the accolades on a personal level, I think, favor Marc Gasol in this circumstances. From a statistical standpoint, I think Jack Sikma just edges out Marc Gasol for the points he was putting up. But still, the accolades are that similar. I'm just showing that Marc Gasol has the accolades and the attributes of somebody who is already in the Hall of Fame. So certainly Marc Gasol has a case for this when you look at players like Jack Sikma as well. And I'm not knocking him at all. I feel like Jack Sikma is definitely worthy of that position in the Hall, but consider when he is there and Marc Gasol's got accolades that surpass Jack Sikma. Certainly, you need to look at Marc Gasol like a guy who's going to get some votes in the future. So that wraps up this video. What do you guys make of Marc Gasol's Hall of Fame candidacy? Do you think he has a shot to get in the Hall of Fame? Would you vote for him to get into the Hall of Fame? I absolutely think he has a case and should be in the Hall of Fame at some point in the future. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still here, please like the video if you like and subscribe to Amateur Sports for more content just like this. NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors 4 days a week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as we move on towards 600 subscribers. Hit the notification bell as well to stay up to date with all those future videos. At the end of the day, I believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. We'll see you again next time.